Good evening, friends. I hope you and your family are safe and well. Our last lectures we have discussed about the our various kinds of models related to the semester 5, semester 2. In that we have discussed the small models, that is accounting from incomplete records. Then we discussed the consignment accounts, branch account, and fire insurance claim. Now these are the all accounts are equally important. All modules are equally important for study purpose. Now we have a exam in an online mode, and we will ask total 50 questions, multiple choice 50 questions, and you should write all 50 questions. All 50 questions are equally important. These things you should keep in mind, and therefore what we have to do, we have to do the some study related to the topic wise study related to the multiple choice questions. Let us discuss today some important and relevant multiple choice questions. Let us discuss. Now, first question: a system of accounting which is not based on double entry system is called. Option A, cash system. Option B, Mahajani system of accounting. Option C, incomplete accounting system. Option D, none of these. Answer will be incomplete accounting system. Accounting which are maintained under single entry system. Personal accounts, in personal account, both above, none of the above. Answer is personal accounts. Single entry systems are maintained by company, income tax authority, government, sole trader. The answer is sole trader. Single entry system of bookkeeping is simple, unauthorized by tax authority, unscientific, all of these. The answer is all of these. Now next question: if capital at the end of the year is 40,000, capital introduced during the year rupees 30,000, drawing rupees 20,000, and loss for the year is 60,000, then the capital at the beginning of the year was. Now option A 90,000, option B 80,000, option C 70,000, option D 10,000. So here answer is 90,000. Now how it will come 90,000? Now last year balance was 40,000. They introduced during the year, it is 30,000. 40,000 plus 30,000, it is 70,000. Now drawing this, that we have to added this, and drawing for the current year. So before that, the drawing where we should add it in our opening capital, so it will come 90,000. Next, credit sales can be obtained by preparing cash book, statement of affairs, debtors, creditors. The answer will be debtors. Whenever we have to find out the debtors balances, and we have to find out the credit sales, so we have to prepare debtor ledger. Credit purchase can be calculated by preparing option A cash book, option B statement of affairs, option D C debtors, option D creditors. Answer is creditors. Next, cash in hand can be obtained by preparing option A, cash book, option B, statement of affairs, option D, debtors, option C, debtors, option D, creditors. Answer will be cash book. Opening balance of petty cash is shown on dash side of the branch account. Option A, debit, option B, credit, option C, right, option D, left. Answer will be debit side. In accounting, consignment means option A, goods forwarded from one place to another, option B, goods forwarded by a person to another, option C, goods sent by its owner to his agent, and option D, goods sent by its owner to his agent for the purpose of sale. Now friends, one thing you have to keep in mind, we should write appropriate answers, which is the best answer. Here, this particular question, best answer is goods sent by its owner to his agent for the purpose by sale. Goods sent on consignment should be debited by consignor to consignment account, goods sent on consignment account, consignee's account, consignor's account. Here, appropriate answer is consignment account. Consignor is option A, principal, option B, agent, option C, debtors, option D, none of them. Answer is principal. Consignor is principal. Consignee is option A, principal, option B, agent, option C, debtors, option D, none of them. Answer will be agent. Under consignment account, consignor is principal and consignee is agent. Account sale is submitted by option A, consignor, option B, consignee, option C, principal to his agent, option D, debtor to creditor. So appropriate answer is consignee. Consignee is a person who is the agent who sell the goods on behalf of consignor, and he has give detailed information about the how many number of goods received from consignor, how many number of goods are sold by consignor, what kind of expenses incurred at the time of selling of the goods, and how many goods are remain in his stock. Such kinds of information he has to send to the consignor. For that purpose, he prepare account sale. Next, in the books of consignor, the expenses incurred by consignor should be debited to option A, consignee's account, option B, consignment account, option C, expenses account, option D, consignor's account. The answer will be consignee's account. In the books of consignor, the expenses incurred by consignee should be debited to option A, consignee's account, option B, consignment account, option C, expenses account, option D, consignor account. The consignor's account is this particular expenses. Answer will be consignment account. In the books of consignor, the acceptance of the bills of exchange by the consignee will be credited to answer A. Consignee's account, B. Expenses account, C. Income account, D. Consignor's account. Option appropriate option will be consignee's account. In the books of consignor, the abnormal loss should be credited to option A. Profit and loss account, option B. Consignment account, option C. Trading account, option D. Consignee's account. The answer will be consignment account. In case of bill creditor commission, the liability for bad debts is on consignor A. Answer option B. Consignee, option C. Customer, option D. Supplier. Now, bill creditor commission is an extra commission given by consignor to the consignee for the purpose of sale. That time, whatever liability for bad debts occurred, it will be considered as a consignee's liability. In the books of the consignor, the balance in the goods sent on consignment account is shown option A on the asset side to balance, on the liability side of balance, on the credit side of trading account, on the credit side of the consignment account. The answer will be on the credit side of trading account. Next, in the books of consignee, the expenses incurred by him on consignment are debited to consignment account, cash account, consignor's account, expenses account. The option will be consignor account. In the books of consignee, sale of goods is credited to option A. Consignor's account, sales account, consignee's account, cash account. Answer will be consignor's account. The consignees act entirely on behalf of customer, debtor, consignor, creditor. Answer will be consignor. Bill creditor commission is calculated on credit sale, cash sale, total sales, both above. Answer will be both above. Consignee account is the nature of nominal account, personal account, real account, none. Answer will be it is a personal account. Consignee's account is a personal account. Normal losses are due to avoidable factors, unavoidable factors, consignment, none. Answer is unavoidable. Normal loss is unavoidable. On the dispatch of goods, the entry in the books of consignee would be option A. Consignment account will be debited and goods sent on consignment will be credited. Option B. Consignment account debit and consignee's account credit. Option C. No entry. Option D. None of the above. Answer will be no entry. Whenever the goods received by consignee for sale purpose, he will not pass any entry. No entry. Fire insurance provides the cover for tangible assets, intangible assets, fictitious assets, business employees. Answer is tangible assets. Proforma invoice prepared by consignor, consignee, customer, creditor. Answer is consignor. Now next, for the year 2018, 2019 and 2020. If the rate of gross profit were 15%, 20% and 18% respectively, then the rate of average profit for the year 2020 21 will be. Now average profit, it is easy to calculate. Now there are total rates. Last 3 years profit we have to add it 15 plus 20 plus 18, that is 53, divide by 3 years. You will get the value, that is 17.666666%. So here this answer will be 17.67. Next, if the gross profit is 25% on sale and the cost of goods sold is 10,000, the gross profit will be. Now it is a 25% on sale. It is a 25% on sale. One thing you have to keep in mind, cost is there, then we have to add it profit, we will get sales. Cost plus profit, we will get sales. Okay, now in our problem what they are provided, if the rate of gross profit is 25% on sales, rate of gross profit is 25% on sales, so sales we have to assume 100%. Sales we have to assume 100%. If I assume sale 100%, they says that gross profit is 25% on sale. So gross profit is 25%. If the profit is 25%, so how much will be the cost? How much will be the cost? So it is cost plus profit is equal to sales. Cost plus profit is equal to the how much we have to add it here, then we will get the 100, so it is 75%. It is 75%. Now here they are provided cost of goods sold is rupees 10,000. Cost of goods sold they are provided in rupees 10,000. So what will be the gross profit? They are provided option A 2,500, option B 3,443, option C 2,800 and option D none of the above. Now cost they are provided 10,000. Cost they are provided 10,000. So we should find out they are provided cost so we have to find out how much will be the profit value. Such kinds of information, it means sales 100%, cost 75%, 75% is 10,000. So profit 25% is how much? Cross multiplication. We have to do the cross multiplication. How can you do the cross multiplication? 10,000 into 25. 10,000 into 25 divided by 75. You will get the value, that is 33,333. So our answer will be 33,333. Now next, stock of goods destroyed by fire is 13,60,000. Stock of goods salvage rupees 3,40,000. Value of insurance policy rupees 11,90,000. There is an average clause in the policy, then amount of claim is. Now friends, whenever we will talk about the fire insurance claim, we have to know about the two formulas. First of all, we should calculate the actual loss. Actual loss. How can we calculate? Stock on the date of fire. Stock on the date of fire less salvage. Salvage means saved goods. Add abnormal stock, and we have to deduct whatever amount we have to deduct as a salvage and add it abnormal stock. Rest of the value will be actual loss. Then we should calculate claim. How can you calculate the claim? The formula is amount of policy divided by stock on the date of fire and multiply by actual loss by fire. Now in this particular example, stock of goods destroyed by fire is 13,60,000. Stock of goods destroyed by fire 13,60,000 is there. 13,60,000. Then they are providing information about the stock of goods salvage 3,40,000. The saved goods 3,40,000. 3,40,000. There is no abnormal stock, it is nil. So actual loss how much? So 13,60,000 minus 3,40,000, we will get actual loss 10,20,000. Then we have to find out the average claim. How we will calculate? Amount of policy. They are provided the amount of policy 11,90,000. Value of insurance policy 11,90,000. Amount of policy 11,90,000. 11,90,000. Multiply by actual loss. Actual loss we got 10,20,000. 10,20,000. Divide by stock on the date of fire. Stock on the date of fire was 13,60,000. So divide by 13,60,000. You will get value, that is 8,92,500. It is the value of claim. Value of claim. So 8,92,000 is the value of claim. Now next, the average clause in a loss of profits policy protect by option A insured, option B insurer, option C worker, option D none of the above. The answer is insured. Fire insurance policy can be taken for option A loss of stock, loss of profit, life of partner, loss of stock and loss of profit. The answer will be loss of stock and loss of profit. The stock which is rescued from fire is option A scrap, defectives, saved stock, salvaged stock, or claim. Answer is salvaged stock. Closing stock on the date of fire is 50,000 and stock salvage is 23,000. The claim is option A 23,000, option B 27,000, option C 50,000, option D 73,000. The option is 27,000. How we will calculate? Again use this particular formula. This particular formula, they are provided stock on the date of fire minus saved stock, salvage. So here stock on the date of fire 50,000 minus salvage 23,000. The rest of the value is a claim, that is 27,000. Next, memorandum trading account is prepared to know option A claim, option B closing stock, option C gross profit, option D purchase. Answer is closing stock. Next, value of closing stock on the date of fire is 30,000. Value of policy is rupees 25,000. Stock salvage is 7,500. Find out the claim. Similar type of question is there. Option is A 18,750, B 25,000, C 30,000, D 50,000. Now how we will find out? Again we have to use this same formula. First of all, we should find out the actual loss. How we will find out? First of all, we should know about the stock on the date of fire 30,000 and salvage 7,500. So here stock on the date of fire 30,000, salvage 7,500. We will deduct 30,000 minus 7,500. Rest of the value 22,500. It is considered as the actual loss. Then after that we have to use the formula, because they are provided the amount of policy. Amount of policy value they are provided 25,000. So how we will use? We have to use 25,000 amount of policy multiplied by actual loss 22,500 and divide by stock on the date of fire, and it was 30,000. You will get the value 18,750 is a insurance claim that we have to put in our answer. Next, memorandum trading account is prepared for period from option A 1st January to 31st December, 1st April to 31st March. Opening date of accounting period to date of fire, and opening date of accounting period to the closing date. The answer is, it is opening date of accounting period to date of fire. Next, stock on the date of valuation is 2,70,000. It had been undervalued by 10%. Actual value is option A 2,77,000, option B 2,97,000, option C 3 lakhs, option D 3,07,000. Now here friends, this particular value stock is 2,70,000 and they undervalued 90%. Whenever the stock is undervalued, we have to assume stock is 100%. If it is undervalued, and if it is undervalued by 10%, it means stock will be the 100 minus 90. Now it is 100 minus 10. Undervalued 10% is there. So 100 minus 10. Minus 10. So now stock is 90%. Stock is 90%. Actual stock was 100% because stock is undervalued 10%. It means 100 minus 10. It means stock is 90%. Okay. Now we have to find out and their value undervalued 90% value is 2,70,000. 90% value is 2,70,000. Now we have to find out their actual value. Actual value is 100%. We should know about the actual value. The 100% value means how much? That we should find out. How we will find out? We can use the cross multiplication. 2,70,000 multiply by 100 divide by 90. 2,70,000 into 100 divided by 90. The value will be 3 lakhs. Value will be 3 lakhs. I hope you understood this. Now next you can easily do. Stock on the date of valuation is rupees 88,000, but it has been overvalued by 10%. So what will be the actual value? Again we have to put stock we have to assume stock, always we have to assume that it is 100% and now it is overvalued. Overvalued. How much percent overvalued? 10% overvalued. 10% is overvalued. It means 100 plus 10. It means the value will be 110 percentage, and their value became 88,000. It is 88,000. So this particular 88,000, it's not an actual value because it is a 110%. Because of the value overvalued, 10% is added. Now we should find out 100% value. Actual value is 100%. The cross multiplication we have to do. How can you do? 88,000 into 100 divided by 110. So we will get the value of stock, actual stock. It is 80,000. Yes, I hope you understood. Next, slow moving goods are called as dash goods. Slow moving goods, option A, abnormal, normal, capital, natural. Answer is abnormal. Under debtor system, branch account is real account, nominal account, personal account, none of the above. Answer is nominal account. The system of keeping account generally adopted by small size branches are debtor system, stock debtor system, wholesale branch system, final account system. Answer is debtor system. Goods are supplied by the head office to dependent branches are at option A, cost price, option B, invoice price, option C, market price, option D, cost or invoice price. Answer is cost or invoice price. Under debtor system, which account is prepared by head office to calculate the profit or loss of each branch? Capital account, debtor account, branch adjustment account. Answer is branch account. All branch expenses such as rent, salary are paid by head office in case of independent branch, local branch, dependent branch, foreign branch? Answer is dependent branch. The branch of balance of the goods sent to branch account is transferred to option A trading account, B stock account, C sales account, D branch expenses account. The option A trading account. Under debtor system, the opening balance of assets are dashed to the branch account. Debited, credited, first debited, then credited, first credited, then debited. Option is A, that is debited. Under debtor system, opening balance of liabilities are to branch account. Debited, credited, first debited, then credited, first credited, and then debited. Option is credited. Under debtor system, the closing balance of the assets are to branch account. Debited, credited, first debited, then credited, first credited, and then debited. Answer is credited. Under debtor system, closing balance of the liabilities are to branch account. Debited, credited, first debited, then credited, first credited, then debited. Answer is debited. Under debtor system of branch account, both cash and credit sales are shown in debit side, shown in credit side, shown in asset side, not shown. Answer is interesting. Answer not shown. So friends, we have studied the some multiple choice questions which are appropriate answers. I hope you understood, and you should study hard for such multiple type of exam in accountancy. Because what happened, accountancy, it is we cannot study in a objective level. We should know about the practical part also. So sometime we will study the basic things, concept and practical problems. Then you can understand the how to solve the objectives about the practical based objectives. Okay, so study regularly, do the proper work. You have to write the answers in your notebook, write the questions, and understand the how we will get the answers. Then you can get properly this particular study. Friends, this under such kind of pandemic situation, this study is very important, and writing work is very important for accountants. You should write the objectives, you should write the answers, questions and answers. Without writing, you cannot understand. So, writing is an important part, and understanding the concept, practical concepts, the entries, basic things, you can easily absorb if you are writing properly in a proper manner. To start studying by writing accounting treatments. Okay friends, I hope you understood this today's lecture. Bye, have a nice day, and best of luck for your semester 2 exam.